Hello everyone, welcome back to our video. We are at University of Queensland bus station and we got the Brisbane Metro M2 service here. It was just charging because it has to come here and charge for like 5 minutes to be able to be powered to travel back to the other end of the route. This is a very interesting bus station. It's just this U-turn spot and then you got the lovely campus here with the lakes and everything, and there's just this big bridge to access it because the river's right there, so that's pretty cool. So we're going to take the full journey on the M2. It's not that long, it's like 25 minutes. And there's so many interesting buses. Look, well, that's leaving now, but this is a tri-axle B12 non-articulated version of B12, which we don't have in Perth, obviously. See, it's got 3 pairs of wheels. So cool. It's so long, like there's like 10 rows of seats behind the back door. And then here we have the MAN custom coaches bus, just like 3001 in Perth. This is what 3001 is, because it was built for Brisbane and it has the Brisbane interior in Perth anyway, but here is the normal Brisbane version. So lots of cool buses, and the charging points as well for the metros at all of these stops. Here comes the tri-axle. It looks so weird being so long. And then the back wheel turns as well, allowing it to make those sharp corners. It's so long, what the heck? Garage Desto. Anyway, this is the stop for the M2 Metro, which travels out past train station and a hospital, onto the busway, through the city, and over to the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital. Apparently 30 minutes, but I don't think it is that long. It runs every 5 minutes, like all day, except obviously late night and other times in the morning, so very frequent. So since that one just left, it should only be a few minutes and the next one will be here. Now he's leaving now. That thing can probably carry like 100 passengers, which is crazy on a non-articulated bus. And here it is, the next metro, but I think he's gonna have to charge a bit, so we're still gonna have to wait. It's so weird, this vehicle. Like, there's such a long history about Brisbane trying to build a real metro, and then a rubber-tired metro, and then a light rail, and then none of that happened, and now they've ended up with this, which is basically trackless tram in terms of what they were calling it in Perth. But it's just so confusing calling it metro, but whatever. It's just really long buses, basically, with like tram-style doors and a full-on driver's cab and everything. Now, they are very new and they smell very new, and they actually sound a bit like the Perth BZLs, like very similar acceleration and door sounds. Okay, this one's coming first then. Look, you're gonna plug up. And then it starts charging. And there's the other one as well, going to the back, but we'll get in here. So see these doors? It's literally like a train or a tram. It just opens like this. It's got the same sounds as the Perth BZLs. And also, look at these passenger information displays. This is so premium. This is how it should be everywhere. So good. And there's this whole back area, which is so big. I don't know why there's like little humps through the whole thing, but that's the whole vehicle there. Also got a dot matrix, but that's way better. Yeah, so we'll just sit down and enjoy the ride. And there's another one now. What the hell? There's 4 of them now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, off we go. So weird curving around like this. And you'll see it sounds just like our new BZLs in Perth. Very, very similar. This one's okay in terms of the smell. I think it's an early one. It says 9002, so probably only the second one built, I think. I don't know how the numbering is, but also there's the river and the ferry terminal. I just came from filming the ferry. Anyway, there's announcements as well, so that's cool. But some of the newer ones, they smell so much like plastic, just like the HCMTs in Melbourne. Okay, so this is obviously a very limited stop service. It doesn't stop everywhere at all. It even skips major bus stations in the city, like the Queen Street bus station. And most of it is actually in tunnels, because there's so many tunnels for Brisbane buses. Oh, there we go, the lights turned on. That they literally run under the whole city, everywhere. It's so cool. So here we go, we're already in the tunnel now. Although they're still doing some construction to allow it to be more in tunnels, like even less going in the street or outside, which means that actually they close all the underground bus stations and like the tunnels in the city on the weekends at the moment. And then since these can't go on the city streets, they're replaced by normal buses, which is so stupid. Bus replacement for a bus. Okay, there's train station Boggo Road. And you can see on there, it tells you what there is, places of interest, other bus routes, and which train lines, although that's not applicable right now because half the stuff is not running. Oh, there's a train right now. Damn, B series and Cleveland line. Should have gone on that. Okay, it's now actually 3 days later and we're on a different bus or metro or whatever you want to say, because the original one I was filming on that day, there were some issues with the ventilation in the bus tunnels on Friday, and then all the diesel buses couldn't go through and they were diverted on the main roads, and then the metros were diverted to Woolloongabba station, which they wouldn't normally serve, to try and transfer people from the normal buses. So then it was all a bit messed up and everything was delayed and really bunched up, and I couldn't film it anymore. So I might insert a few clips of the delays. But now it's Monday, it's actually my last day here, and now I need to quickly film this before I leave.
The next station is PA1.
The whole metro. So over the whole weekend there was no metro running. It was all metro replacement buses, which is so stupid. A bus replacing a bus. But that's because they closed the city underground station so that they can work on the Adelaide Street tunnel, which will be for a more direct route for the metro, and also I guess fix the ventilation. So because of that,
Now approaching PA1.
the metro was not allowed to go on the city streets, I think, so that's why they had to just get normal buses, because the metro only stays in the busways most of the time. But anyway, I'm back now, and honestly, this is so cool. Like, I know it's stupid with this metro branding, especially how they make it like it's this big revolutionary thing. But I still love it so much. Everything about it is so cool. Even that sound when it opens the doors. I was reading online, some people are like, oh, I'm walking to work and I hear these weird Pokemon sounds. Where is it coming from? Because I didn't know, because I haven't been on this. And then someone's like, you mean the Brisbane Metro? That's so funny. But anyway, this is the M2 route, which, as I probably already said before, was the original metro route that first started running until the M1 started on this time last week, June 30th, Monday. It's only about 20 or a bit minutes to the Royal Brisbane Women's Hospital from the university. So this section over that bridge and through here, this is part of the Eastern Busway, which then actually continues for 2 more stops east from here, where it joins into the Southeastern Busway, but you have to turn right and then left again, which is a bit weird. But I have featured that section in the video where I also filmed the Northern Busway on a normal bus from the front, but for these videos I'm obviously filming just inside at the back of the metro or wherever, because you can't even be at the front. But I'm happy now that I actually understand the whole busway system, because I felt like it was so overwhelming before, but it's not really. It's just this long Southeastern Busway, and then the Eastern Busway, and then the Northern Busway, which goes up to the Chermside, or towards the Chermside shopping centre, which is the biggest shopping centre in Queensland and 3rd biggest in Australia. So now we're back in the Southeastern Busway. We're gonna go past Woolloongabba station, which is kind of part of this, but it's off to the side with a loop around. So that's where they were going on Friday during the disruptions. It wasted so much time though. I thought that was the normal route at the time. I was like, why does it have to go here? It's so stupid, but luckily it doesn't. So it just goes straight through. And you gotta love the displays. 19 minutes left to the end, so not that bad. But it's so cool that they can run such a long route all the way along the busway. I think the M2 is much cooler than the M1 because it goes on the Eastern Busway, then the Southeastern Busway, and then the Northern Busway as well. So it actually goes on all 3 for a little bit. Yep, so here's Woolloongabba station, just in there, where a lot of the normal routes go. It was completely congested the other day with the metro trying to go through there. But we just continue straight, so that's perfect. Oh my gosh, look how many there is. It's just a metro jam. Unbelievable. I literally see 5 right now. This is so stupid. So stupid. This bus station does not have the capacity for these vehicles. It's wasting like 5 minutes just to stop here. I mean, they're all packed though, somehow. So many people using them. Bro, what the hell is this? All the buses are stuck. None of them can move. This is so ridiculous. Now, I don't really get why this has to have stop buttons, making it even more like a bus. It's really unnecessary because every stop along the route is a major bus station, and I don't think it would ever be that anyone's not getting off except late at night. Ramp requested for front door. They do have a ramp at the front, yes. Look at all that stuff in there. Ferry, places of interest, bus. There we go, and that's the M1, which I'll just take later now because I have to head back down to the Gold Coast to get the flight, so I'll just take that all the way down to 8 Mile Plains. Continue. So that 333 is like the main bus that goes on the Northern Busway from Chermside Shopping Centre all the way through, and then it just goes down here and to the Woolloongabba station. See, the stop button is literally pressed for every stop. Like, what's the point? Maybe at night, as I said, but still.
The next station is South Bank.
Oh, so much nicer right now when it's so empty, not how congested and full it all was on the disruption time. Oh, I love this so much. I wish Perth had something like this with, the metro as well, but it's a bit of a silly thing, but the tunnels, and the busway and all the bus stations is so cool.
Now approaching South Bank.
Honestly, my favorite thing about Brisbane, or maybe the ferry as well, ferry network, but the busway network is amazing as well. Especially with the underground city stations, which we'll go through later. You can switch here for ferries and trains as well, because we're parallel to the train. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I love that sound so much. It's gonna be such an iconic sound that I'm gonna miss for Brisbane. There's the Cleveland, Gold Coast and Beenleigh lines.
The next station is
Cultural Centre is basically the main station out of the city. First stop on the Southeastern Busway once you leave the city, right after the bridge over the river. I've seen so many videos of buses there that people do bus spotting because it's such a nice spot with the river there. Actually, I think I started one of the videos there. Probably the M1 one, I don't even know. I made some weird intro, but I'll film the whole M1 anyway, from Roma Street.
now approaching Cultural Centre.
So yeah, the busway turns right here after this tunnel. And here's Cultural Centre, bus station, 3 platforms actually, and South Brisbane train station is just up there as well. Bro, why does it list the route you're on there? Bus services, M2. We are on the M2. Oh, I love these screens so much. It looks so aesthetically pleasing. It's done so well. It should have something like that on the trains as well. Bro, this guy trying to get past, now he stopped. Why? He's already passed anyway. Just go. Got a city glider at the back as well. It's so cool how you can watch out the back window. Tri-axle bus again. Well, now he's going. And over the river. Such a beautiful spot here. straight and down into the tunnels. So nice to have it reopened, because in the weekend all the buses had to go in the streets, which was so bad. So in the future it's going to turn left, and right there they're building the new Adelaide Street Tunnel, which is going to be more direct, but at the moment it still goes down here. And then right here is the Queen Street bus station, but it doesn't stop here, because once it goes left in the future, it's not going to pass here anymore. So they just don't want to make it stop here, which is weird, passing through such a major place, because this is right under the main city mall and all the stuff there. But we just skip straight through. It's pretty complicated, this place. See, look, all in there, all those stands. This is what amazes me so much, having such a extensive tunneling thing under the CBD. Crazy. And then you know how you access all those stands? Right here, you have to turn right, and there's this crazy narrow tunnel to get in there. Look. They have to navigate through there. It looks so weird. See, there goes one. Like even Arctic buses. But then we go here, and then just down the hill, and we come to King George Square stop. I think that's pretty much it though for the city tunnels. I thought it was more than that before I explored this, but no, it's just coming into Queen Street and then left, big right angle, and then King George Square, and that's it. And then they're just making the bypass for the metro with the Adelaide Street Tunnel. Here we are, King George Square. Alright, and now the next stop is the main Roma Street busway station, which the platforms are actually numbered 1 and 2 there, and then the train platforms are numbered from 3 onwards, so it's like integrated to the bus station. So this actually really confuses me, because what happens is you come, there's a train right there, NGR, you come out on the northern side of Roma Street, and then it actually turns south, even though it came from the south, so then it's really confusing where it came from.
Now approaching Roma Street.
When I first was here, I thought 8 Mile Plains is in this direction, but it's actually in that direction. But yep, here we are, Roma Street, platform 1. I don't know where the M1 actually goes to turn around, because this is the terminus for it, even though it's just like 6-7 more minutes over to the hospital where the M2 goes to. So along the northern busway from here. Yep, curves down here and into another tunnel.
The next station is Normanby.
Oh, and this is where it goes to turn around. There's like a lot of bus layover here. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. There's so much layover space. That's good. See, not in service. That's the M1 services. And charge here as well. So this here is just the Exhibition special train line, which it's barely used. Another tunnel.
Now approaching Normanby.
Oh wow, no one actually pressed the stop button. Oh wow. Okay, it was actually like useful then. For once, no one getting off. No one getting on. Okay, I guess it's okay then. But it's still a bit weird just for 1 or 2 stops where no one does get on or off.
The next station is QUT Kelvin.
More tunnels. See, it does feel like a real metro. So many tunnels. And so speedy, no traffic, just underground through everything. And look at these bus stations are my favorite. Look. They have this mesh around them. And then it's like this. It looks so good.
So Auckland's a city that, like, let's just say we don't have the best people. So one time I was coming home from school and I was on a double-decker bus and the guy sitting in front of me lights a firecracker and then drops on the floor and then immediately gets off the bus and it's like you couldn't actually
2 more stops and that's the end of our M2 journey. But I'll be filming the M1 straight after this, so you can go watch that one too. The new one all the way down to see the majority of the Southeastern Busway, except the very end, which is actually a new section which quite recently opened, which is run by high frequency route 555. So I'll just continue then on that to see the rest of it.
The next station is Herston.
No, just look. It says Herston Station, Herston. Ignore that. It's going to say next now. The next stop station. You say it like it does say Herston. No, it's like you already pressed it.
Look how good this looks. It's such a nice place. I wish you could like stand somewhere there and just film the buses, but I mean, yeah, you can in that park,
Approaching Herston.
but you got this mesh in the way.
over that way.
This one looks like identical to the other one.
On the park. Oh, yeah. That used to be a golf course until recently.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, last section. So it's been 23 minutes already. It's about 25 then, I guess. That's cool though. Very nice. The whole way on dedicated busways. From one side of the city to the other. So cool. Here it actually has to cross the road, just like after the Cultural Center Bridge. It crosses a live road. But straight to the other side. Continue along the busway. You can exit there.
RBWH.
It doesn't even say that that's the last stop.
RBWH.
Yep. And this is the terminus. Start of route. And then it comes up with going to the holding stand on there for the NIS run. Huh? Why didn't it make my favorite sound? There it goes. And then here's the 333, which continues along the rest of the northern busway, which I have filmed from the shopping center. Okay, that's it for this video. We are now at another one of the cool elevated bus stations at the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital. I'm gonna make my way back now. I need to get my bag from the hotel, and then I'm heading down to the Gold Coast to fly back. But we'll be taking the M1 on the way down, so all the way along the Southeastern Busway and finishing with the 555. So you can go check out that video. Thanks for watching, and bye.